Hello, and sorry, I can hear myself. Hello, and welcome to the Division 5. Yes, we are Division 5 Spanish GP stream. So currently it's just me, Multibiscuit, in the comments box. We will be having Gold Samurai join us sometime during qualifying, but for now, you have my illustrious company. We have 15. We are expecting 16. One more. I believe somebody forgot to do the update. So we will be getting 16 during qualifying at some point, don't know whether we're during Q1 or later, but yeah, at least 16 for the race. Hopefully that should make it interesting. If you do want to join RSF1 at any time, there is a Discord link in the Racing Series F1 Twitter page, or you can message anybody you see, preferably RSF1 comms Xbox account you can message, or anyone else in this race will probably be happy to send you a link. We have cross-party, cross-platform races, so all three platforms are allowed. We have races on 5 days a week, spread by both pace and availability. And then, so we'll always place you in a race that you're willing to be competitive in. So I believe we should be going shortly, hope fingers crossed. I haven't got the stream up, so I will make sure if I remember to check your comments, so please keep me entertained while it's just me in the stream. And it looks like Stars Orphan's readied up, so hopefully that should mean we'll be going to Q1 soon. Seeing that there was one person joining late, we have quite a, maybe not dull is the right word, but a quite lukewarm Q1 session. With everyone should be getting through, but as we've seen so far this week in Spain, it can be a difficult track to master with a lot of crashes, a lot of spins, so even just setting a bank time here isn't necessarily a dead cert and could see drivers crash out. Let me just do one thing very quickly. No, I can't send him an invite. But yeah, we'll have one person joining during qualifying, so yeah, 15 for now. So yeah, actually, let me check the standings for you. I don't believe they are updated on the website, so I will just get the correct standings up on the master RSF1 spreadsheet we have. Obviously, if you're watching and want to join the standings, the stewarding, the comms team, or what's the other team? That's all the teams you have at the moment, but yeah, join any of those three teams, then willing to message any one of the admins, and you can always join one of the teams, especially a comms team was short at the moment. As you can see, it's just me at the moment. So yeah, if you do want to join, send one of us a DM. We'll be happy to fit you into one of the teams. So while we wait for Q1 to load up, I think it'll be interesting to see whether it's a dry or wet session. I don't believe any of the tiers so far this week have had rain. So yeah, rain would be an interesting, but yes, so far it looks like it's a dry session. So the current standings at this point are, we did after, it was after Zandvoort, so he's actually had one race away, but we had God Samurai moved up to, actually that's why he's joining us later, not because he's moved up, because he's now on F5 comms, he got moved up to F3, so the current top two in the championship is only separated by just 13 points. Crabbo is currently leading the championship with 135 points. Liam Fisher, second with 122 points. Then closely followed behind, as we have somebody in our Cryptic Spinners second race, I believe, in the Williams. So it'll be interesting to see how he does in this race. I think he had decent pace, but ended up crashing out. He might have even been on the front row. I don't think I watched last weekend's race very clearly, so vague memory. But yeah, back to the standings. 3rd to 6th of Timmer, Stars Orphan, The Man, Tobble and Dano are separated by just 14 points. That's a 5 battle at the moment for P3 in the championship. The rest, seeing the lead Crabbo and Liam Fisher currently have. Then, as we see a spin there for Cryptic Spinners, no, it's not even Cryptic Spinners. That is now, he'll be cool with that for the rest of the time. It's Cryptic Sinners. And I will get the other telemetry up for you watching the stream, so don't do that, Toto. And he's being a silly person. And he will be getting a qualifying ban for that. I will just clip that on stream, make sure it's clear. And he can't even keep on track. So yeah, that's slightly embarrassing for him. He's clearly not read the rules. Obviously, we do take the rules quite seriously here. If you do mess around or just don't follow them, we will be handing out quite harsh penalties. So let's check somebody who's actually anyone doing a lap yet. They've all gone out quite early, so good on them trying to get it through the session very quickly. And then let's just see, do you see who's, I don't get the full track about, as you see Cryptic Spinners has started his lap. I will try and get the best camera angle. TV was going through, oh, as he's spun again. The thing is, he can just complete the lap. It's only 15 to go through at the moment, so just he needs to complete the lap. And then just cross the line, set a banker time. It doesn't need to be miraculously fast, but as long as he doesn't get disqualified by sitting still too much, he should be fine. He looks like he is. Let's go for Kabuki again. Let's see if he can nail turn 1. He can miss the apex of turn 2 slightly, but nails it through turn 3. Actually picks up a lot of that curve on the inside line. Lifts off a bit, which will be fine. You don't really want to be being too aggressive and actually crashing out. I think it's fine at the moment just to set a time which will be a banker, getting through. Don't want to risk anything in the tyres. Nails it through that curve on the right hand side can be quite deadly, especially if you half beat yourself on it. A lift through turn 9, down the back DRS straight. And then nailed it into turn 10, and the new turn 10, I believe it's new for this game, so a new element for the drivers to be figuring out as we see another spin. Oh, it's that Cryptic Sinners again. Spins Crabbo goes to 18.6 as Kabuki goes through the final chicane. Now he's going to be set his banker time, and he is, and across the line, 1:19.9 as well, 18.9. Now starts off in only 4 for the championship, beat Mercedes in the championship, gets it through 10, 11, 12. He's got a car ahead, but hopefully they shouldn't distract him too much. Through the flash, he got the curve a bit too much on the entry on the right hand side and affects him down to first again. Across the line, good 22. So far as Toto's coming in after realising he was on inters. He's over the 1:21.6. Next to the line should be the Ferrari of Dano, who was first podium of the season last week. There's a 41.4, there's another banker time. And who's next? Timmer? No, Tim is invalidated. Cryptic, I don't know whether he will really be coming in or will he just be... He's 10 seconds up afterwards because he's spun, as Dano himself has spun at turn 3. Seems like that's the third driver this session to spun at the corner, and now... Now Dano is going, and he's spun it again. Yeah, I think at this track with the tyre temperatures being such a tricky thing to handle, that once you've lost the rear once, you're going to just have a spiralling out of control tyre wear, especially on these softs. If you've got the right pressures, you can just about handle them in the race for a few laps, but yeah, with the pace you push in qualifying, they can overheat quite quickly, especially after a spin or two. That's right on board Timmer, down to turn 5. Gets nicely into the corner. Through turns 7 and 8. Avoids the curb just so it actually gets it nicely. Nails. Actually, no, a slight lift through turn 6. Down the DRS straight again.
braking about bang on 100-meter boards. He's a bit deep, but managed to carry the speed through the corners. And then through the... Oh, as he loses the back end, is he going to hit the wall? Luckily he's not. He should, yeah. As long as the game doesn't invalidate his lap, he should be able to just continue across the line. And set a decent time as he's getting out the way of all the other... I'm not too sure what, I think he's gone the wrong way. Oh, is he letting somebody part? I'm not too sure, I think he's gone the wrong way. It seems like very much, unless something's gone wrong with his game, a bit of a Kimi Raikkonen moment here, where he's got a bit lost. I think he's trying to let everyone pass fairly, which is a fair thing to do, but I think there's plenty of space for him just to go. Soon he's going to get a few cars stuck behind him if he doesn't go soon, he doesn't get disqualified. As Toto Wolff's finally out on the softs. As we see another spinning car ahead of that cryptic spinners spinning again. As that would come on board, Dano was like, bit avoiding action there. Seems to be every time I jump on board of a car, they are just spinning around. It's obviously we expected F5, but it's interesting choice. Let's keep an eye on Toto's lap. So far I've had intend to make that 11 drivers at a time. I think that was Diverse Jamie going for P4. I'm not too sure how much people are pushing in this session, seeing that they only need to get a lap on the board to go through, but I think those at the top we definitely do at least a 95% push lap. But yeah, I think probably everyone 5th downwards, I don't think it was giving 100%. I expect quicker times, definitely from F5 at least. It's Toto 53.4 for the middle sector. Gets it through again, he's got a bit of traffic ahead. I believe that might be Timmer. Or Timmer's teammate. Who I believe is, and it might be in his first race, it might be... No, it's not Bro. Oh, it's Days Freak's the other Alpha Tower, isn't he? So across the line. And he goes into P5 for 20.9. Is he going to go for another lap? I'm not too sure. It's Days, and Days again spins around. Seems to be sort of okay off board that time, and Toto also has a spin. I believe it must be at least the 6th or 7th driver who's spun. It's probably going to be quicker just to name drivers who haven't spun in this session. As we have only 3 more drivers who actually need to set a time to get through. It's recommended the driver set a time because the game can glitch out if you don't, and even if you qualify high up it can send you to the back if you don't set a time in Q1. Let's see what everyone else is doing. I think Days Freak's on a slow lap. Looks like Toto's out of fuel, or going to be out of fuel, so going to be pitting actually. Not many, as Martinez goes P5 I believe. Yeah, so a quick lap by Martinez. I don't think he's picked up that many points this season. He's currently, as he's now spun as well. I think I actually need to stop riding on board with drivers every time I do they spin. Yeah, Martinez hasn't scored this season, but so to pick up 5 points, or sorry, being 5th, lead to a strong result as we do have another spin at the back there. As Timmer again now, he's actually not set a time, so he's now it's out lap. Oh, okay, so he spun on his out lap at the first corner, and that's what cold tyres can do here. I found out it's on the hards as Dano's left the session. I will invite him back quickly. Yeah, the hard tyres can be very difficult to warm up, especially on after the restart or after any other phase in the race where you'll have cold tyres coming out the pit lane. As you see, Cryptic Experience, he doesn't really need to be doing another time. I'm surprised he's going out again. It feels like a waste of tyres when you know you're through. I don't think we're expecting
Richie and Geddes. I'm some sort of unlucky curse here. But yeah, I think every time I jump on board someone's spin, so I don't really want to be picking anyone near the back. It's a bit unfair for me to be choosing somebody to spin, but promoted Carrot on her first time. Again, she needs to set the competitive time, get something on board to go through. Mine kind of date is really just the best key for both her and Timmer in this lap. Still 6 minutes to go though, so they've got plenty of time, especially they've got plenty of fuel on board. Gets it down, gets through the apex of 7-8, through 9, actually keeps it in safe gear as well, the RSF1. Down, this isn't looking too bad for Carrot, 40, 54-1, sector 2. This one's a bit deep, bit of understeer, looks like she picked it up a bit too quickly. Carries it speed though through 11 and 12. Down into the tight right hander and through this very tight, as she like, well done to keep on track. Keeps it nice and tight. I think she's probably the first one in this session who's done a whole lap on board and not spun yet. So yeah, well done to her. And she goes P9, 22's flat. Very competitive time, and it's just, let's see if we can keep on Timmer. Obviously he's invalidated, he's going to have to go again, but hopefully have enough fuel on board. Car, anyone actually looks like lap. Kizzo's 3 milliseconds quicker. Might be enough, and then we go P7, go to P6. I'm just going to do a quick check, see if anyone's used 2 sets of tyres this session. Kizzo, Vro, and Timmer have both used 2 sets, which I don't know whether that's just because it shows them just go out twice, or if they've actually used 2 sets of tyres. That seems a bit of a waste. They have, and someone spun again while I won't be on board, so. Turn 3 is definitely a tricky corner, as we see. It's that Timmer again. Spun backwards. Shame for him, and he's going to be careful not to be done for going in reverse. He's got plenty of time behind him. As Toto's retired in P7, I think everyone's through. I think Timmer just has to finish his lap time now. Keep it on track, don't spin, just drive around, even if he has to at half speed. Get a time on the board. And just banker, get through, consolidate his position for the next session. Yeah, but I agree, yeah, button hits. I don't know what I've done to them, they just all seem to not like me watching them or wanting to provide you entertainment. Timmer, is he going to keep that on track? And okay, how is that not a track warning or validation? I don't know. It's Kabuki also retires for the session P2. Not me bothering to go out again. Timmer is take it carefully, day 3 also retires. It seems like, yeah, Timmer's realised just has to get a time on the board, whether it's a 1 minute 18 or 2 minute 18, it'll see him through. As Timmer, that seems like he could have continued. I think enough fuel to continue that lap. He doesn't need to be doing a one quick time, but yeah, I think that's one way of getting it down to limiter. So yeah, I think Timmer will have to go out again. I think if he's watching the stream, I'm not sure if he does, but yeah, I recommend just putting the same set of tyres on. You've probably done a lot of laps. You can see Cryptic Spinners, Sinners, done 4 laps of his tyres, so did Day 3 before he retired, so they're both doing 1 set of tyres. Let's take it right on board with Row 250. It's his first race. I don't know much about him actually, so I don't know where he's from. But yeah, he gets down, nice line, actually took a bit too much of that orange-yellow sausage curb and settled the car, takes a nice wide line to get on the throttle quickly through 12, down through 13, through the chicane of 4, so it turned a bit too early, had to back out of it slightly. As I see now, it's another spin behind you on track, keep it flat out to the line, jumpers throw up to P8, 21-2. So that's what Martinez doing. He's also on a lap. He's 2.5 seconds down, so he must have just set, yeah, as his ERS levels, he must have just set a time or either improved or just didn't improve. But yeah, I think it's obviously a risk when you go out, especially seeing the amount of people who have been spinning, that if you do decide to go out a second time after setting a banker, you run the risk of crashing out and then starting at the back. Dano looks like he's just improved to 21.6. It's a man Tobble. Was he always in P3? I'm not too sure if he was always in P3, but he's in P3 now. He's retired from the session. Is Dano doing another push lap? Yeah, that's why the boy is a 10.5 up through sector 1. He runs only 3 corners, but only 3 tricky corners, and he runs wide and he validates. Oh, that's a shame. A tiny cut or extension compared to what Timmer did. Timmer got away with it to turn 9, so I'm not too sure how track limits are working here. It feels in this game track limits are a lot kinder. I think it's mainly because the big orange curve at turn 8 that you're not really cutting that corner like most of the warners before. I think only 1 or 2 drivers got a penalty on Sunday and the same again yesterday, whereas I think in the past drivers pick up only 2 or 3 penalties worth, sorry, 6 or 9 seconds worth of penalties. So, but I think this game's going to be a lot kinder in some cases on track limits compared to previous games. And it looks like Timmer might not be going back out. No, he's not. It's 34 seconds as Richie Chappell joins just a lot. Luckily for Timmer, he's joined too late to go and set a time. He was updating his game. As Cryptic Spinners now to set a more representative lap time after doing 6 laps to his tyre. So he's obviously has a lot of fuel in the car. If he wants to do the practice, that's all on him, fair hit to him. He's valid, but he's got one more time. He wants to. He's got the fuel to do it actually, has he? It's 4.5 temps up this time. I think it was a 10.5 up last lap, so he's improving lap on lap. He nails turn 4, doesn't get validation on the exit. Nails down the turn 5 apex on the throttle. Doesn't use all the track to the left there to take a shorter line, but sort of continues a curving arc. With 7 and 8, avoids both the exit curves on both corners. Keeps a half lift actually, done well, obviously running quite a high downforce, so he able to half lift it through turns 9. Some drivers had to sort of do a full lift. I know on some of my laps you see another spinning car, I believe of Cryptic Sinners, running wide. But yeah, turn 9 is definitely tricky, depending on your setup it can be either flat out or a big lift, so yeah, well understand of having a half lift. This is going to pit, so he's going to continue to finish his lap time. And it will be a 1 minute 20.225. Odin driving the last race, so it'll be interesting to see. As oh no, that's a shame for Tim. I think I know what's happened here. Because Richie's joined, he's gone down to P16. Which means I believe Timmer might be out there, which is a bit of a shame. That's realistically, if the game was in real life, Timmer should be ahead because he actually went out on track, but we know what this game's like, as why are we sitting here? As there we go, so I think that is a shame. I think, yeah, the game sort of screwed over Timmer there. He's gone, yeah, P16. Didn't set a time. He had multiple attempts. Sadly, yeah, he didn't finish. He did 2 invalidations. He won at least 3 times. But yeah, shame for Timmer. We know he's got pace. He's third in the championship. He can definitely work his way back up from there. But yeah, top of the session. I'm not too sure how representative these times are, but yeah, Crabbo top with an 18.6, Kabuki with an 18.9, and the man Tobble rounding out top 3 with a 19.4. So let's put in predictions in the chat for who you think's going to be knocked out in Q2, or maybe who's going to be the fastest in Q2. I think my mind is on either Crabbo or the man Tobble. I think they're both very quick drivers. They both seem to have at least raw pace, maybe not consistent pace, but raw pace. Again, looks like it's going to be a dry session. I've not seen any word in the chat of whether it's going to be a wet race at all or nothing. So I assume it's going to be dry.
Yeah, I'll try and make sure because I don't stay on anyone for too long so I don't get my curse. Fingers crossed the curse went out after that session. We went on board with a motive carrot and a couple of other drivers towards the end, so it seems like the curse wore out a bit. But who's the first out on track? So it was, yeah, Toto Wolff will be the first out on track. Not too sure which, yeah, I think it's probably best to see one. Yeah, so it's going to be the first proper push session from these 15 drivers. Actually the first time also Richie's out on track, so it'll be interesting to see whether he can show any pace. I'm not too sure where he finished in his first. Again, it's also his only second race, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes out in terms of his field. I think he was also towards the front. But yeah, I think he was. I think he either got second or third on the grid, but crashed in the opening few laps of Saudi Arabia, which is obviously a tricky track, a completely different track to the high downforce, long, as Toto runs wide, long corners of Barcelona, Catalunya. So definitely a mixture of tracks so far in this calendar, going from different types of tracks, from Saudi Arabia now to Spain, and next week back to Monaco. So this championship is definitely, the random calendar definitely threw up a lot of different picks and choices in the calendar. And it's actually, whoever's that behind Toto is very close. Yeah, so Cryptic's got very close to the start. Such a high. Oh, Toto's already backed out, which is interesting. Did he invalidate? He hasn't. That's not too sure what's going on there. Whether he just had a really bad exit and bailed out, but even in qualifying, the tyre wear for this track's about 5% a lap. So on an out lap, he'd probably have started this lap with about 2% tyre wear. Even just a slow push lap, you're going to be at as we see a spinner for diverse Jamie, I believe. No, he's just backed off, but yeah, the tyre wear is quite significant, even on a single lap, so he's odd to be doing an extra warm-up lap. There's Cryptic Sinners. Oh, great catch there. Sliding through 7 and 8, through turn 9, the US Open. There's Toto on the mid-up, is keeping close. Not too sure what his idea is, or some sort of slipstream, but yeah, it's not worth it with all the high dirty air for especially sector 1 and sort of the start of sector 2. It's nice lines using all the track, going right up to the curb for the final chicane. Cryptic Sinners spins, as he needs to be careful as yeah, he should be reversing it. Let's keep an eye on Crabbo, the championship leader, I believe, as Topple does a 118.9. Crabbo, is he going to match it? No, he doesn't. 2 times back. I believe he did set an 18.6 in Q1, so there's definitely more time to find. Let's run on board with Toto Wolff. Let's see if we can figure out what he was doing on that first lap. He's on a 127 for his banker lap, but yeah, obviously he's 2 seconds down up in sector 1 already. As we see, Kabuki's gone P3, starts off from P4, and Dano, the next driver, into the 19s, as a diverse Jamie goes P3 with a 119.1, only half a tenth off Crabbo. I had this issue last commentary, I kept calling Kabuki Crabbo and Crabbo Kabuki, so apologies if I get them wrong during this commentary, but I don't know why, but I seem to keep getting the names mixed up. Toto 2.1 seconds and he runs wide, a lot of understeer. 4th gear is probably not the best choice for that corner. It's kept it on track, didn't invalidate, should be able to set a time. It's not going to be a perfect lap, but it should be a decent lap. Should he be able to challenge? I think Hizzo definitely is probably where he needs to be aiming. I don't think his time will be good enough to beat Dano. He almost had a back end slip. And no, he doesn't beat Kizzo, half a tenth behind. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but he's invalidated his time, so he won't be improving. Anyone else currently improving? It doesn't look like they are. They all seem to have come in, done their one time, and just come in. F5 seems to be very efficient, wanted to just get their lap time in the bag quite quickly. I was on board with Richie's first lap time actually in this session, or in this qualifying session at least. didn't join until late in Q1. 22.9 sector 1. Looks like he's running a bit of oversteer on the exit of turn 4 there. Gets it nice and neatly down to turn 5. The kink of turn 6, which is in the early corner, 7 and 8. Again, using a lot of the curb. As he's going to run wide, and luckily he keeps on track. And he gets it down to 10, 11. The hill slightly. Will get oversteer now? No, he keeps it nice and planted. Down. Did he go second or first into the chicane? Second gear. But it runs in a bit wide, hitting the first apex bollard cone. No, ostrich curb thing. And he crossed the line to go at 20.5. So that's P7 so far. 10 drivers to have a spin. Is that a spin from somebody as we see? Row do a 23.5. So now to start to see what the cut-off time is. It seems like you're going to want to be at least in the 119s to have a healthy chance, because I think we definitely know Days Freak's quick. It's Days Freak's saying that it's off track, taking the MotoGP long lap route, but getting out of the way plenty easily. And new Martinez, I think he finished, he was at least at 5th at one point last session, so he's definitely got time in that lap, but dropped down to 5th. It's probably not the best choice of gear. Probably could have taken a lot more speed through that, but managed to get it down. Actually get on the power very quickly. Actually nicely done. I thought that line wouldn't have worked, but it seemed to have nailed his exit very well. Again, using a lot of a sort of a wider line to carry more speed through the corner, which I think you can do sort of through the 10, 11, 12 sequence. And these again, it seems to be Div 5 are sort of struggling with this chicane. Whether they've got a different setup or not managed to get it done well, which is the Martinez does a 1:31.8. We must have missed the spin, or they should have started the lap then, because I definitely didn't look like a 31 lap time. But yeah, if that last sector is catching a lot of the drivers out of the chicane, very much a slow technical corners, which, like Monaco next week, is Dano 18.8, 8.8. All the 8s for Danos. It looks like he's already backed off of the straight, saving the tyres. Who's next? Stars Orphan goes 17.9, 19.7. It's Rose retired. Is that a crash? It looks like it's in the pits. I'm willing to take the bet. That's not going to be quick enough. He's currently on the bubble already. Yeah, so I think with Martinez obviously not setting a proper first lap, it looks like he's not set a proper sector one again. He's had an issue. He's backed off. There's definitely drivers, as we see illustrated by Days Freak, who can definitely beat that 23.5, so I don't think that's safe. And I think if it's an attempt to save tyres, the roads probably, you don't really need to be saving softs around Spain. You're not going to use them in the race apart from a late safety car. So apparently Timmer had issues with his pedals in Q1, so that's why he had to keep pitting, just because he wasn't able to set a competitive lap time, wasn't able to keep it safely on track, which is fair enough. It's good moral driving standards to be able to put the other drivers ahead. Is Days Freak? Yeah, this is he's riding the pedal. He's riding the throttle, so the brakes slightly, which I don't know if he's got an overlap issue or he's definitely something's definitely wrong with Days' pedals as well. He was overlapping his tyres, which didn't seem like the correct usage. Yeah, we'll see if he comes into pits or sets another lap time. We're gonna come round. It's not gonna be a quick lap time to start off with, but at least he'll sort of set it off for the next lap. Yeah. Actually, I think Days will actually be very smart there, actually using the brake to regenerate ERS on the straight. So I've done that in the past as well. It's actually a very clever move. When you've invalidated had a bad lap, you use the brake to recharge some battery, because you've both got the MGUK, which generates from braking, and MGH, which generates just from general heat from the turbo. As he's 1.4 seconds up. This is more like a Days lap to me. he claims he's not very quick, but I think we've seen before, Singapore last season, he's picked up a couple of high results. I think he does himself a disservice with his pace. He's definitely one of the quicker drivers, and I think he can definitely go quicker than 23.5, which is the current cut-off time. As he knows it, yeah, he's about 4 seconds up, so as it stands, he's probably looking to be at least a 21. The Ghost final sector might put him sort of in the Richie Chappelle area. Chappelle. I have no idea how to pronounce it. His days runs deep, as we see. I think that might be Kabuki Crabbo, somebody, or maybe even, no, Grit went P8, who's now replaced by Days, who goes P8, which pushes both Toto Wolff and Ro out. So Ro will definitely not be in Q3. Who's next across the line? It looks like it's going to be Kizo's down his lap time. Anybody else? Cryptic Spinners, Sinners comes across the line. It's going to improve. It's not going to be. It's going to be enough for another position, but yeah, not enough. He needs to find another 10 seconds. I'm looking at only 3 minutes on the clock as Kabuki. Very close to top so far, just 3 tenths separating top 6 so far, so it's a very close session with a big gap. I think those top 6 might be safe. As Crabbo goes even quicker, 1:18.6, that matches what he did in Q1, so at least we know in Q1 he wasn't hanging around. As Emotive Carrot puts herself up into P10 currently on the bubble, but puts her with a chance of getting into Q3. But it's very tight. Also down there, 9th to 12th, so even 8th to 12th, just 4 tenths of a second. As we see yellow flag, DC's had a spin in the final corner. He will have time. There's 2 minutes 21 remaining. If he can recharge a battery, no, he's really not got enough fuel. Do a slow lap and then a fast lap. You see a yellow. Oh no, she's just getting away. Good job for her, Carrot. Toto. Looks like he's run out of fuel. I'm not too sure what he's doing there. As Cryptic Spinners has retired on track.
Why do people never read the rulebook? As you will see, I don't know how this works with AI, or his AI will just pull it off onto the side. But you need to be careful. There's an Alfa Romeo coming behind. I don't know what happened. Yeah, when it's the Alfa Romeo in the pit lanes, that's fine. But yeah, a lot of drivers haven't been reading the rulebook and will be getting a penalty for the next race. So yeah, anyone in the stream new to RSF1 or even in RSF1 and haven't read the rulebook, please make sure you've read it, because we won't take lightly the drivers just ignoring it and doing whatever they want. As we see, Martinez, this is another car, the Alfa Romeo, sorry, Aston Martin offers. Martinez 11 seconds up. Put him actually into top 10 of this time. As comes through the final chicane. Does he get it nailed? Yes, he does. It should be enough. I think, could he challenge Richie? Ready to go. P7, he does challenge Richie. And actually, there's still a big chunk. 7th to 9th, 1.7 seconds. And I think Datawig's actually on the cusp here. Oh, something's happened with Richie. Oh. I'm not too sure. I caught it last minute. I'm not too sure who Aston Martin is. Kizo. I'm not going to comment. We didn't catch that enough. But Richie, half a second up. I think he might be fine. I think he's just about. Yeah, he is safe actually. Only Kizo and Toto are behind him. So worst case scenario, he'll be 10th for this session. He's also just decided to sit on the side track. But yeah, let's keep an eye on the next two. SRR Toto Wolff. He needs to find about 4 tenths of a second to nail this lap time. He's currently only 2 tenths up, so it's going to be close. Can he jump in the top 10? Can he beat his teammate? No, he does. Yeah, apparently it's different P13 in the top right, but he says P9. There we go, it's updated. P9. And it's Kizzo. Yeah, Kizzo's not going to improve. So that looks like, yeah, luckily for Days Freak, retired earlier in the session, but he's made it through by just 400ths of a second. But looking how close the top 7 are, half a second separated the top 7, it's definitely going to be a close session in the Q3. I will run you through the order. Actually, I will be back in 2 seconds. I will just need a loop break. I will join you for the Q2 results. So yeah, there's the results for Q2. Crabbo top by exactly a tenth and a half from Kabuki. Bottom 5 are in reverse order. Cryptic Sinners in P15 with a 31.5. And then Row in 14th, Kiddo Lad in 13th, Emotive Carrot in 12th, and DC 80 Brit Grit
In P11.
I will just give Gold while we wait for a session. I will invite Gold Samurai to the party as co-coms. Yes, he's now free.
Again, starts off and
He's one of the first drivers out on track. He's joined just ahead of him. Oh, there's a lot of drivers actually on track. There's Cryptic Sinners. And okay, that's. And he's got himself beached. Yeah, I think that's fine. He was beached. I don't know how he spun out of that corner while and invite Cryptic Sinners back. Is he on this platform? Is it a different platform there?
Hello?
Hello? Oh, you there, Samurai?
Yeah.
You're very quiet. Yeah, it might be on my end. Are you in the party? Okay, I didn't even realise you're in the party. Okay, let me turn you up. Try now.
Yes.
Okay, that's luckily it didn't deafen me, but yeah, I will check.
What?
Yeah, that's better for me. Let me just check
Alright.
if people are in the stream. Yeah. So yeah, you're in the session. Yeah, we've just started Q3. So far it's been dry. Interesting Q1. It seemed to be every time I went on board with someone they spun. Must have been at least 10 drivers who spun in Q1.
Jesus.
Q2, a bit less dramatic, but yeah, we had very close. I think the top 7 were separated by 5/10 of a second. As riding on board with, I will keep Rising aboard as we have another spin. Looks like the man topples spun. This is properly spun there at turn 3. Exit of turn 3. Make sure he doesn't rejoin unsafely. Yeah, it looks like he's joining carefully. As Wolf's got a nice runs a bit wide through turn 4. Lucky not to be on the invalidation on the outside there. Cheers, man. Yeah, so obviously you were in F5, so who were the ones you'd normally look out for as your main competitors each week?
To look out for, definitely Grabo and the Mantable, 100%. Obviously Liam Fisher is here. He's really quick also, and Yablexi wasn't mad quick in qualifying, but the race pace was quite lacking at some tracks.
Interestingly, both Liam Fisher and Blexi aren't here this week.
Yeah.
So
surprise.
That's going to be interesting. Yeah, so it seems like there's at least going to be 2 as we see. Yep, Crabo goes top off his first lap, half a second. I think that's identical, almost identical to what he did in Q2. There's Kabuki, only a 10th down. Looks like it'll be Days 3 connected across the line. Is it? Or is that first Jamie? Sorry, the first Jamie has invalidated. So it will be Days Freak. We made it through into just, I think it was P9 or P10 in Q2. Across the line, again, almost matches Toto Wolf's time. Do you talk us through Diverse Jamie's lap? You ride on board with him?
Yeah, he's coming into the 4th corner here. Takes a really wide line, trying to maximize exit speed. Going for the inside here. Yeah, didn't validate on that lap. Cruising through corners. I don't know what time she's going to do. Activating DRS all the way down to the new corner. First time on this game. It's pretty difficult to take a line through there, but it seems like he did a good job. Going into the final sector. Yellow flag up ahead, but shouldn't be anything. Taking a tight line. Going to the final corner. Activating DRS for the last time on this lap. And a solid 90.2. 2 tenths behind his teammate Tenno in P5. I believe Richie just has spun. Yeah, yes, yes. Martinez in the Alpine on the lap right now, going into the final corner. P9 for him. About 4 tenths off of P9. Needs to improve a lot if he wants to make up a few places.
Down is turn 10. She makes it too late.
The man Tobbles at the purple sector too.
Yeah, he ran a bit deeper turn 10, so I'm not
Yeah,
too
he
sure
did.
whether he's gonna lose a lot of time here, or whether he's managed to hold it as, yeah, at least Cryptic Spinners is back. So that's a good thing. As we see flat out through the final corner, it's not gonna be. Is it going to be quickest? No, it's not. Only P5.
This car looked a bit twitchy out there.
Yeah. He's got 6/10 to find, and even half a second if he just wants the front row.
Yeah.
Who's going to be next at the time? Looks like one of the... yeah, Dano is actually almost 2/10 up. Make that 3/10 up. If he stays like this, he could be on course for a front row, or
He's
maybe even
improving a lot.
challenging Crabbo. Yeah. What I found is, at least in this track, it grips up very quickly. When you start to get a lot of tracks, this is run wide. More and more drivers going around, cleaning up, adding more rubber to the track. It can improve very quickly as the session goes on. Flat out through the final corner again. US Open. And it's a provisional pole.
It's a fast left time.
Yeah, that might be even quicker matching what I did, which is slightly embarrassing for me. What did I do? I think I did a... no, 17.9, okay. At least not near me yet, but yeah.
Not yet.
They're matching. Yeah, but they're close, they're a bit too close. I had a couple of times last season where I was beaten by Div 5 pole, and I'm in Div 1, so it was a little embarrassing. This Tobble starts off, and I think he's improved, has he? Yeah, by 3.5
Yeah.
to go into P6, but he's fractionally behind the man Tobble. Doesn't look like he's out of the RS, he's not going to improve this lap time. Crabbo's out early. Crabbo's only a 1/4 up. Not improving by nothing when he was to take back pole. And he's gone out very early as well.
Yeah, it doesn't
Might be Crabbo's
save
last
any time.
chance.
Goes fastest in sector 2.
Oh, but he runs wide. Maybe that's just a line I like to take. I prefer a tighter line through turn 10.
Yeah, I feel like you can gain much more on the exit.
Let's see, I think if Crabbo can improve, he might be on chance for pole here, because Dano, he might not have time to get back in and out again. But Crabbo across the line, and he's quicker than me. 17.8. Uh-oh, my controller battery's low.
This was his final lap.
Yeah, so that's probably Kabuki, I think, is next to set a time. Zito's going to 18.6, is that?
No, that was still his first time, I believe.
That is... Okay, I don't know what... Yeah, it seems to be some reason when you start a lap it shows your previous time. Oh, this is a bit of a snap through turn 1, turn 2, that's not really a great...
No.
Final corners, first corners, sorry. And where's he on his first split? Yeah, 4/10 down. He's got time to... He might back out of this lap actually. I would be surprised if he does, unless he knows he's got time in the... Especially seeing how quick his first lap time was. I'll be surprised if he can come back from a 4/10 deficit. As you have a spin for and Tobble, he might just be out of fuel actually. Or is it car behind him? That's where he days through.
Yeah, it's Delta Ferry.
He's out of fuel.
Yeah.
Or is he not? He's riding his ERS brake. As we see, Martinez was a second up, or having a bit of a snap away this steer through 7 and 8.
That's fortunate.
As he runs wide, gets on the, and he might have enough time to get round, but he won't have enough ERS.
The bookie backed off. Don't think he has enough ERS to set him on the lap time zone.
Yeah. No, he's not. He's coming to pits.
Yeah. Alright. Didn't think he would improve then.
It is his slow lap. He's about to start his quick lap now.
Yeah.
I think he's got a lot. He's got to find a second and a half, 1.7 seconds if he wants to make any new positions. Gets it through turn 1, turn 2.
Total Wolf in the McLaren spinning without a front wing.
Where's that? Is that turn 9? Yeah, turn 9. Oh, she's...
I believe.
That's his session over. He needs to be careful not to get in the way of the other cars with Man Tobble.
Yeah.
He's out of the way, but yeah.
Man Tobble, purple sector 2. Could be on for pole position here.
Hopefully, actually, I didn't see how much he was up by. He's got to find over a second though.
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
Not too sure if he nailed the final chicane though. Oh, I thought he was going to Band 8 there.
It looks
So
very close to invalidation.
P5 though. First Jamie's currently a 10th up. Make that 4/10ths up. This could be enough to put him in the top 4. As again, Toto Wolff spun exactly off the racing line. As Martinez spins at the final corner, across the line. Back to diverse Jamie, who's if he can stick where he is, I think he could even maybe beat Kabuki.
Top 3 would be very good for me. P5.
So decent result.
The times between these are absolutely astronomical.
Yeah, it's not normal for this session, to be this much of a spread.
It's normally
They're
quite
just-
close.
Yeah. And yeah, so just run us through the top 10.
We have Martinez 3.4 seconds off. In 10th place, Toto Wolff spinning quite a lot. In 9th place, Stage Freak P8, starts off in P7. The man Double not finding anything on time, P6. Diverse Jamie P5. Richie, the reserve driver, in P4. Kabuki P3. Dano, I believe, P2. And Kabuki pole position.
Yeah, so who would you put your money on for looking at watching just Q3? Who's your money on?
Has to be Crabbo. It has to be.
I can't remember much of F. Was he? I've got a glitch where I can't see the race director, so I can't bring up the ties. But yeah, was he consistent in the race? In terms of was he always spinning a lot?
I believe he spun in Belgium. He had a great recovery drive there. Only 2/10 off the win there. But the rest very consistent. Can't remember any other spins.
Yeah, so I can actually. There we go. There's the tyres. So far, it looks like only one driver, actually two now, opting off the mediums. Interesting choice by Toto. You haven't had your race yet, so I don't know whether you've had much practice, but what's your opinion of the softs as a race tyre here?
I haven't done much practice yet. The soft tire doesn't feel good. From what I've done.
Which actually, yeah, he's now switched to the hards. Yeah,
Yeah.
I found sort of realistically, if you start on soft, you're gonna have to pit about lap 8 at the latest. They overheat quite quickly. They're not a great race tyre, so I'd be surprised if people start on them. Actually, a lot of drivers are switching over to the hards. Richie.
Yeah, I think I would do the same.
Toto, Martinez, and actually Cryptic Spinners on the softs. Yes, on Sunday we had a safety car lap 5, and I managed to take the hards to the end. So that could be a strategy for anyone who's starting on the mediums, seeing how many spins we had in queue in qualifying. Early safety car, maybe sort of just between about lap 5 and lap 10. Anyone want to gamble, pit onto hards, so you can take him to the end just about if you're careful. So it's definitely
It's a lot of tire saving though.
Yeah, I think I hit with another safety car about 3 laps later, which helped me as well, gave me a lot of easy positions. But
Yeah.
my tyre was sort of in the mid 70s, 75%, 78%, sort of around that area. So yeah, it's not
ideal.
It's not the easiest. I had to even at the start of this, I was like, I'm going to have to look after these tyres. I wasn't overly battling when I knew a driver was quicker behind me coming past. Like some of the drivers in Div 1 are too quick, even for Div 1, they're like a second quicker than me. I knew when they caught up to me, there's no point. They're going to catch me or pass me within 1 or 2 laps. No point defending too hard and wasting my tyre where
Yeah, no.
I knew my fight was against. Yeah, and I think that's what sometimes you have to do. Think about the long game.
Yeah, smart. Nobody read it up?
Yeah, so
Which,
yeah, no one yet, which is actually good job on. Yeah, I think they had somebody ready up early, so they clearly listened. I think they have I was shouting at them in the chat if they ready up too early, so you don't want that. Yeah, Cryptic's still on the softs, which yeah, it might work. He might do what I did, yeah, do an early stop onto hard and take him to the end. But yeah, if he doesn't get a safety car at the right time, that's not necessarily a great strategy. He should be able to get a few places in the opening laps though, with those softer
yeah, if
tyres.
he holds it.
Yeah, so interestingly, the top two drivers in fourth and fifth, Chapel and Jamie on the hards, are probably. I think we saw yesterday as well that not great off the line. You sort of lose one position, but obviously if you're on hards and a driver behind you is also on hards, not going to lose any places. So working sort of
Yeah, that's
as a
true.
tandem, yeah, it sort of helps a bit.
But I don't think I would select hearts.
I think it depends what your whole race strategy is. I think if you're maybe out of position, you could gamble. But yeah, I think those at the front. I think we know how quick sort of Crabbo, Tobble's. I think we know how quick Tobble can be. I think he'll be working his way through.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, surprise starts off and set a time. No, he's not told us where he's going yet. But yeah, so he's got a decent grid, 16. And we obviously still got some space on this grid. And actually, most tiers we're hitting about 18 to 20 drivers a week. So if you do want to join the league, either message anybody you see in the chat or the RSF1 comms Xbox page, or if you go to Racing Series F1 on Twitter, there is a link in our Twitter bio to join the Discord server, and you can join, and we'll set you up racing straight away. I always hate these weights on the grid. I always feel like, especially once you've put your setup on or put done your fuel, done your tyres, I always feel really nervous just sitting on the grid. I never like it. I always prefer just to get out there as quickly as possible.
Yes, same. When you're still in the zone from qualifying,
Yeah.
just head straight out there.
Especially if you've been knocked out in Q1 or Q2, where you've been sitting around for 15 or 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Definitely want to be getting out there, not waiting 5 minutes, because at least no one ready up today. Wait. Yeah, I'll let you if you want to talk through the formation lap order.
All right. So you have done 2 qualifyings. So starting from the back of the grid, we have Tima, who I think has had troubles with his pedals. He looks like he's starting right now. We have 3 cars stopped on the grid, which looks like Martinez, Emotive, Garrett, and Pro disqualified from the formation lap. We have Cryptics in the Williams, P15, Kizo P13, Emotive Garrett P12, Brit Grid quite a bit down from where he normally starts. P11, Martinez P10, 3.4 seconds in qualifying 3 to pole position Crabbo, which is a big gap for Division 5. Total Wolf P9 in McLaren, Day 3 P8, starts over in P7 in the Mercedes, a bit down from where he wants to be. We'll be looking to make a lot of places up. The man double not setting the fastest lap he has ever done in P6. The first Jamie P5, P4 Richie Chapel, the reserve driver for your Plexi. Kabuki P3, good lap from him. Deno P2 in the Ferrari. Ferrari has had a good qualifying here. He will be looking to make the overtake in the first corner on Crabbo, which is P1.
Actually Tony Wolf realised change to softs as well. Obviously teetering between soft and hard, but he's decided to go in for softs with a gap. Spread out at the back. I'm not too sure. I think somebody spun. Yeah. Oh no, it's just kids or someone. Yeah, Toto, yeah, obviously, yes, Spine, he's had to get his position back. Slightly out of position, which is obviously, if he's spun, it's going to hurt his softs even more. As Dano's overshot, that's going to really affect his starting position. Looks like everyone else, as we're going to have a bad camera angle, I suspect.
Probably.
I might just start from P3 and give you a bird's eye view or front eye view of the start, because I don't think, with issues yesterday, the camera just doesn't seem to give you any sort of good shot. But yeah, on the lights yet, unos dos, tres, cuatro, cinco lights. Lights out. Lights out, there we go, and away we go. Long hold, but a good start with Kabuki. Gets off the line, well, gets Dano, he's in the slipstream of Crabbo. As coming down into turn 2, as like now we can't see as Dano's made the move back on Kabuki. He's diving on the inside. Is there contact? No, there's not contact. They're clean through so far, actually. Surprisingly clean for Div 5. Everyone's got through, but yeah, look at the lead Crabbo's got already 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds. Those two battling behind really helped him.
Tim on the grass overtaking 2 cars here. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. Double overtake from Tim out here.
Yeah, he's made up 3 places already.
Yeah, good start from him.
Has he made up the most places? He has actually, as you see Toto Wolff making a move on Martinez. Actually, Cryptic Sinners is up at 9 places in just 2 sectors. How has he done that? What a mega start.
Really impressive. He is on the soft side,
as well.
That's such a big
opponent. 9 places. He's almost 1 position a corner he made up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's definitely going to help his strategy. Can he make a move? Actually, it looks like he's going to be the next one to actually make a move. Right on the back of Diverse Jamie. And you have a spin in sector 3. Who spun? And
it's Cryptic Spinners. As
we said that, yeah. As you can't, I can't even get a camera shot of him for some reason. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere there.
He's going into the pit right now.
Yeah, which I think, yeah, he's going to have overheated tyres. It's probably worth a chance to pit. But
and he speeded in the pit lane.
He's got 5 seconds. Hopefully he doesn't retire. He's not. He's going to keep going, which is good. I don't know whether he got damaged maybe, but as we see another spin from Martinez. As Martinez has hit the wall quite heavily there. Luckily it was the back of his car.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's got any damage, but yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't any. I don't know how the game works with terminal damage, whether you can get terminal damage from hitting the back of your car, but he's still in the race at the moment. As we see, actually the gap at the top, it was about 1.4 seconds, I think. It's now down to 1 second, less than a second. Kabuki, he's using less ERS as well. Crabbo's not had a good lap 2 here. Kabuki might even be course faster. He's pulled away from Dano. He's definitely got the pace. As you see, a big gaps formed behind Days Freak. Qualified 8th, and he's sort of got Toto on the soft tyres behind him. Toto goes for a move.
Yep.
Is he going to go around the outside? He's yeah, made it stick, yeah.
That's impressive.
Those soft tyres, yeah, playing advantage here.
Yeah.
Needs to try and put a gap now. So you see Crabbo set fastest lap.
Which Kabuki then steals.
Get a bit quicker, yeah.
Yeah, Kabuki's really pushing here. He wants it.
Yeah.
First place.
And they're both got the same ERS, so I'm surprised I've maybe just Kabuki's got the pace. So I don't believe Kabuki's ever won the race in RSF1. I'm not too sure. I know he's recently only got his first podium.
Yeah.
He runs a bit deep for turn 5. Hopefully I haven't jinxed him.
Yeah, come on to his first.
Like a train's formed a bit behind Days now. Now Toto's got away. He's got Richie Chapel as we see a move. Timmer in the room. Battling side by side as Timmer makes a move. He's now up 5 places.
We have Kizo's
spun.
Yeah. Spin around. Either set to track, I think.
That's the 3rd time someone's not listened to the rule book. Somebody went out into someone's. As we see Days Freak spun at turn 9, I think. Or it's turn 8 even, yeah. Don't get the track.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah, so he's going to lose more places.
Yeah, it's a shame for him. Had a solid qualifying. Kabuki, 2 seconds behind suddenly.
He must have made it. I don't.
He must have made a mistake
on that lap. I didn't see.
But yeah, so unless Crabbo, has he burned his ERS? He did burn a bit of ERS, but he might just.
Yeah, he did
I
a
think
bit.
It looks like a mistake, yeah.
But that's not the equivalent of 2 seconds.
No, I think, yeah, the gap also to Dano's a lot closer. As we see Timmer battling Motive Carrot. Is he going to get a run into turn 4? Doesn't look like
Not
it. He's
quite.
biding his time. We know he's third in championship, even if he makes a move down the inside, he's going to become the outside line. As yeah, Motive Carrot, I think. She knew Timmer was too quick, didn't want to battle. A car who's maybe going to affect her own race. I think she knows what her game plan is. To keep it clean, we've seen all these 2 or 3 cars already spin. It's an easy track to spin at, so you don't make mistakes. If you keep it clean, you get easy points here. So, and then we've got Richard Chappell, who's actually, I didn't realise how bad a start he had. He lost 6 places. I didn't see him spin. Maybe he just got caught up in any small instance or something, or made a small mistake. But yeah, he's down 6 places so far, down to P10. As we see a yellow flag.
Yeah,
Cryptic spun. Yeah.
Spun again. The hard tires don't seem to turn on fast.
No, as you see, Diverse James. Starts off with Toto Wolff. As Toto Wolff spun, it didn't seem on the onboard there was contact. Is there going to be enough room? Yeah, there's enough room either side. Oh, I hope that wasn't an unsafe rejoin. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I didn't see as we see another car on his outside.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3 wide in turn. No, not 3 wide in turn 4, but definitely 2 wide. It seems like those softs, yeah, are not great. If you have a spin, it's going to really cost you.
No. Crit and Toto Wolff got past throw, went onto the grass.
It seems like Chappell's still not able to make a move on Carrot. Just sitting there sensibly in the DRS. I think he qualified P2 last race, so he's definitely got a pace.
Yeah.
But let's see whether he can make the move again. He lifts off coming out of turn 10. He just doesn't seem confident with his car. Actually, I remember he did say in the chat because he joined late, he didn't have a setup on. He's not actually got a. He's not running. He's had to run a default setup because he joined during Q2.
That explains a lot.
Why he's which definitely explains his pace difference. And I think default setup might actually be slightly lower wings. Actually, I thought he should have good straight line speed, but it doesn't look like he does actually. So he's obviously, as Toto's in the pits, yeah.
Emotive Carrot doesn't have any ERS though. Well, Richie has a full battery.
I'm surprised Richie hasn't been trying to burn it to make the move. He's not right on her gearbox though. He's sort of sitting a bit too far back to.
It's a difficult position.
Maximize any mistakes. Yeah.
Spin from Days Freak, I believe. Yeah. Mentaldo is really close on Dano here.
So see, is that Richie going for the move? Yeah, Richie's gone for the move down the inside of turn 10. He's got it stuck. Where's Carrot? She's still there, she's still fighting. So early she backed out of the move against him, but she's fighting Richie, fighting quite hard actually. Good battling, good clean racing. So yeah, we see Tobble's done the move.
Yeah, he does.
Quite comfortably with his spin. Oh, it looks like there's been contact.
Oh no.
Between Martinez and Fro.
Yeah.
Well, they're teammates. No, they're not teammates. It's Alpine and Williams.
Yeah, not quite. Martinez spun again.
Spun again.
Yeah.
Must be the hot tires.
Yeah, exactly.
These kids are going to be able to make the move. And to see the gap for the leads dropped a bit. Cabo's only 1.5 ahead now. Kizzo goes for the move. Yeah, just about gets it stuck. It's all bit of a corner cut there. By Vro, the line he was taking, but he's doing well. First race. Yeah, a lot of drivers making silly mistakes, going out into resetting the track or tyre on track. He's kept it clean, read the rule book, so
good job in his first race. Hopefully he can pick up some points if others make mistakes.
Yeah. Nice show from him.
As
Dano's still there in DRS. It's definitely possible he could make the move if he feels like he's got the pace, but we know how quick Tobble is. Tobble should be really setting his eyes ahead as Dano has a mistake. He loses the back end, doesn't get the exit. I don't think he's going to make the move now.
No, unless he really sends it from far back, which is gonna cost them a lot of time.
Who's the next snake? Possibly DC80. Could get a run here on the way to the carrot. 3 attempts. I found 3 attempts was enough to make the move. If he had EOS and DRS, it looks like he does.
Yeah, he does.
Sensibly, yeah, carrot isn't gonna. When you've got a DRS here, it's too powerful, even if you defend the inside line. So it's best just to keep the racing line, get a better run through turn 1 and turn 2.
Yes, really long straight.
Yeah. Is Fro going to go for the move? No, he sits back sensibly. That's a good run through turn 2. It's not going to. Oh, this will be a good move if he makes it stick. Oh, broadcast, there we go. No, he doesn't, but that would have been. That was great battling again between cars in 12th and 13th. Just because these are the slower drivers in our league doesn't mean they're bad races. He's going to move around the outside. I'm surprised he's done that. That's a good move there. Yes, some of the drivers who are quicker than this will need to look at this racecraft to see that just being slow doesn't mean you're a bad driver.
No,
I think this is
no.
better racecraft, and I've seen some of the Div 1 drivers have been a lot more aggressive than this, a lot more less respectful. So it's good to see from these as we see United Carrot actually keeping up with DC80. Seems like she's got good pace in Sector 1 and Sector 2. Just sort of struggling in this last sector.
Yeah.
But
Probably some lower wings.
yeah, she's got a good gap also behind for the points. The sort of top 10 are spread out quite far ahead of 11th place, so she can keep it clean, no safety cars. Yeah, I don't think she got close enough to get a run here.
No.
It's Dano actually.
Dano's been running really close to the mental one.
Spin for who was that? Somebody spun.
Preptix, I believe. Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't see him. Yeah, it's Tobble. Picks up a
Really
decent
second penalty.
already, so that's interesting. He's obviously been pushed quite hard by Dano here. And 3 seconds, a late safety car as we see a yellow flag as we see somebody else is spun at turn 1. Martinez. Yeah, Zeke. Oh,
Mental and Dano are losing quite a bit of time to the top 2.
Yeah.
Martinez not moving.
I think this. I see another spin. Was that cryptic again? I'm not too sure. But yeah, Days 3 got past Martinez in all that accident incidents there, but yeah,
Dano go for a move.
close now. Is he gonna get it stuck?
Going side by side.
No. Yes. But yeah, like you said, they've lost a lot of time. It was about 2 seconds.
Yep.
To Kabuki a few laps ago. Now it's 3.5. As no, Tobble's not close enough to make a move.
No.
Especially now Tobble's got the penalty. I think Dano's realising he can't just sit behind, let Tobble pull him along. Tobble didn't seem like he had the pace to catch Kabuki.
No, I think that was exactly what Dano was hoping, but it didn't happen.
And what's the EOS situation at the front? Yeah, Karabo 50% less. Kabuki.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, almost like he's got a cost of living crisis on his ERS. The price he's having to pay for that, he's almost not using it as sparingly as possible. But yes, he's down. I'm surprised he hasn't been trying to burn some, trying to get within our DRS. Maybe not enough to get within DRS, but as you said earlier, it's such a long straight here. DRS is very powerful.
Yeah. It's difficult for Kabuki because he doesn't know how much Krabbo has, so he can close up, but he doesn't know if he can make the overtake.
Speaking of overtakes, Tobble might be going for a move here. Dano's not using the EOS as defender, which is odd.
Yeah, he's a full battery.
Especially now
Backmark away.
Oh, so that's going to allow Dano run. Dano almost like Hackton Schumacher in Spa 98.
Yeah.
Using the back mark to make
Mental spun.
His topple's gone. I didn't see whether that was contact at all or...
I didn't also.
He's hit the wall.
Hit wall. That's gonna be damage, I think.
He's hit the wall again. He's
Stuck.
He's got it going, yeah, so hopefully he doesn't have to... thing is, he should be... he's in the pit window, so he should be fine for tyres.
Yeah.
If he does have damage, he can take hard to the end, so it's not going to be...
There's no visible
the end of
damage.
the road. Actually, that's a good point. Broadcast. Okay, we'll probably see how he struck. Let's actually probably write even for ride on board. See. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's having many issues through the corners in terms of downforce. But he's got Richard Chappell behind him now, who's obviously on the alternate strategy. Well done to Div 5 so far. No safety cars, which I think after last week they only had one VSC. So
yeah, Jeddah. That was really impressive.
Especially seeing how they obviously all get all the spins out of them during qualifying. But yeah, I think the close on track is now Richie past Tobble. Even after the spin, there's still a car behind Tobble. He's gone from having Dano behind him to having Richie behind him. Yeah, he's too far back. So yeah, it doesn't look like Tobble did get damage. So lucky for him, he only lost time rather than actually losing any places. But how much time did he lose? Actually, he was... that spin cost him about 18 or 19 seconds. It's almost a whole pit stop.
Like I think even more.
It looks like we had contact between these three car. Martinez have had an incident. Martinez, he can't get the car turned. He's got so much I think he might have damage actually, or possibly.
Could be.
No,
he stays out.
Hot tire. Yeah, I think it's just hot tires. He couldn't really get the car spun around. Who's that Cryptic behind? Cryptic behind. A Timmer? Yeah. He's I was trying to figure out who he was keeping up with him a bit. So yeah, it's not really... the closest battle we've got now is Toto Wolff against Rowe.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to go for it here. Burning all the CRS. No, it isn't. He's too far back right now. He does get the exit.
He's on the outside line. As Cryptic's retired in the pits, so that shouldn't hopefully cause a safety car. As Timmer's in the pits. Timmer go for the undercut. Tyres will definitely make it to the end there.
That's quite early.
Yeah, I think the window was what 13 or 14, so end of lap 11. Maybe he just wasn't feeling his tyres. Felt like it's yellow flag, so that's for the AI. Hopefully the AI doesn't cause any issues. But yeah, he obviously just wants the undercut. He's come out in clean air, has he? He has, yeah. So he's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Trying to catch a relative carrot on those cold tyres. Definitely a tricky issue around here. As you see, Days Freaks coming to the pits. I think after that contact, he might have damage. I think that was with Martinez a lap or so ago. Let's see, does he change his front wing?
Yeah,
he does. Yep.
It's still Cryptics, I believe.
Change, so you might hear me drop out for a second.
Not using his then I've made a mistake, I believe. He's dropped 6 seconds from Kabuki. He's now 12 seconds behind, so Kabuki works in his favor for strategy.
Still less than 2 second gap. I think I'd be very impressed by Kabuki's pace here. If Pablo gets to get a penalty, it definitely throws the race back into Kabuki's hands.
Yeah.
Is that traffic? Is that Martinez? Hopefully Martinez
gets out that way. I think they've just picked up a penalty as well. No, actually, both the top two in at the same time.
I wouldn't have done that.
I've done one, at least been different. I was he done something different. At least try the undercut or overcut.
Nice stuff for both of them.
There's Crabbe. It feels like that gap's smaller than what it was. That doesn't look like 1.6 seconds.
Yeah,
See the split when it comes out. It's actually
it looks pretty close.
have any card at 0.6 seconds. And interestingly, they'll have diverse Jamie. I don't know if they'll catch him. He's probably not going to pit for about another 5 or 6 laps starting those hards. So if they do catch him, it'll be an interesting roadblock. But yeah, we also see everyone else pitting. Dano starts off. DC80 is with a spin for, is that
Timmer.
no, it wasn't. It's a Days Freak.
Yes, Dave Freak, sorry.
The safety car now would be interesting. He's stuck. It seems like he might be stuck. I think it was just waiting for him. He's just waiting for him to pass, I think.
Kabuki has the DRS. He has a full battery, which he isn't using. Rebel is only 40%.
Yeah, Days Freak had to reset because he was stuck on the curb. That's allowed by the rules.
Yeah.
So yeah, as we see, yeah, which is a pain because he was sitting there waiting for everyone to let by. And he's lost even more time. But yeah, he's now a lap down, which is a shame.
That's really a shame. Yeah.
Which we see Timmer. Timmer's the closest on track. The undercut. He came up about 3 seconds behind. I thought he was going to maybe have a look down the motive carrot. Oh, is he going to actually get it done here into turn? Yeah, he does. Nice move. Doesn't lose any time stuck behind the motive carrot. The motive carrot probably will be pitting this lap as Rowe gets another penalty. That might be. Yeah, but that's number 9 for him now.
Yeah.
Which it's not bad. We still, as we've seen, Cryptic's out. Days is a lap down.
He made for Garrett in pits.
Everyone will be guaranteed the points, but yeah. I think she was last of the top runners to pit, mediums, so we've still got a row to pit, but yeah. Everyone that's now pitted off their mediums. Days Freak, I think, is that him retiring?
Yep.
He was a lap down. I really like to see the game implement a function where you could get your lap back if you were a lap down and unlap yourself behind a safety car.
Yeah.
I just, yeah.
It would be a nice feature.
As Martinez picked up a first penalty, or maybe not first, second penalty. So yeah, it's that Days Freak's AI coming out, causing the yellow flag, I believe it is.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, everyone's spread out now. The closest gap is the man Tobble, who is Crabbo. Crabbo's pulled the gap since on the fresh tyres, pulled the gap to 1.9 seconds.
Yeah, but he's been training his ERS, which Kabuki has not.
Yeah. It's almost like Kabuki's got his fingers broken on the his button. He can't use it. It's AI. Oh.
Ooh.
I don't know why the AI comes out after you retire in the pit lane. It's just, why is he still going round when it's like, how many corners does the AI want to do?
Yeah, that's the most pointless thing ever.
Pulling off the track, yeah. But yeah, actually, Toto Wolff is now on the back of row 250. Should get a run here. It's already half through. I just realised we're half through the race already. It's run quite quickly.
Yeah, it does. The two McLaren's really close.
Toto's getting a run.
Yeah.
Yep. Down the inside, and yeah, it makes the move stick.
Yeah.
And actually, both McLaren, like you said, both McLaren's motive carrot pitted a couple of laps later. Actually, Toto could go to the end, but yeah, Dro's definitely got to pit again, so it's definitely at least a net P11 she's in at the moment.
New livery as well. Oh, focus wide. You want to get going on the inside?
No, she's not going to go for it.
Yeah.
Did the Vro also got DRS on that straight as well. He's just close enough to Toto to pick up DRS, so Carrot wasn't able to make the move. Vro loses the back end, but Carrot wasn't able to react in time.
Yeah, no. Couldn't have predicted that.
I think possibly at this point Vro's going to probably go to soft, I suspect. A risky strategy to pull off.
It's really risky.
I think IGN Legends had mediums which had punches after about lap 18 or 19, which is all the lap as we're on. As Carrot just a couple of car lengths too far back there, that move stick.
Yeah, no.
She picked her first penalty of the race, sadly.
That's going to
hurt
his length of
Jamie.
race.
He should come out a couple of seconds ahead of Dano, I think. Maybe about 3 seconds ahead of Dano.
Kubuki setting fast lap time.
Yeah, wow.
Catching up.
The gap down to 2.3. And what is... I don't know where the fast lap button is. Let's see the tyres. There we go. Yeah, his fast lap's 10th quicker than Crabo's. As you see, is Dano going to pass his teammate? No, he's not. Yeah, diverse Jamie out plenty ahead, about 5 seconds. Once he warms up his tyres up, that'll be about a 4-second gap, I think.
Yeah, around.
Yeah, I think diverse Jamie could actually get a podium here. Actually, no, he will get a podium because Chapel needs to pit as well. So he's in a net P3.
Yeah.
And he's 17 seconds off with 2 leads. That's actually... I think Crabo maybe made a mistake. The gap's down to 1. It was down to 1.0 suddenly. Back up to 1.3 again. The motive Carrot, is she going for the move? Yep, she's got the move done this time.
Yep.
And she can try and chase after her teammate. Vro ran very deep there.
Yeah, I thought he went off track. Nine seconds of penalties for Vro.
Yeah, Kabuki just missed out on DRS that lap.
Ah, that's a shame.
Should I do a quick check, just to check warnings for the top 2, just to see how many warnings they're on. So that obviously, it's just Crabos, yeah, again, 50% less ERS. Kabuki started to burn his, it's down to 65% with yellow flags. Spinner for Timmer, oh, shame for Timmer.
Yeah.
If he keeps going, he's got plenty of gap though, he's sort of in no man's land. 10 seconds to the car ahead, 20 seconds to the car behind. There's
bit of boring race.
Martinez and Vro battling.
Yeah, that's correct. Ooh.
I think Vro's tyres are almost dead now. He's losing a lot of places here. And I think it's a bit too early for him to pit for soft. I don't think soft can do 13 laps. Realistically, sort of 10's the max he's coming into the pits. Let's see what he decides to put on.
Edition. He can't go into the softs. They can.
I think he was probably hoping for a safety car, wasn't he? Something different.
Yeah.
And we're also still on the mini-map, he's about to be lapped, which is a shame. He'll lose a lap if he does, when he comes out of the pit lane. And see, he's put on hard, he realised the soft wasn't going to make it to the end, which, shame for him. A good first race so far, a lot of good battling for Rose, so good to see that from new drivers. Richie's also in for his first stop, that's going to be for mediums, I think. There's diverse Jamie at 20.9, it's about half a second quicker than the leaders, but yeah, he's 16 seconds off the battle.
Yes,
he's going to find more than a second a lap. As we see, Richie's in for the mediums. Let's see where he feeds out. He'll probably be just ahead of Timmer.
It's close.
Yeah, I think so. Even by the time he's warmed up his tyres, I think Timmer might get it down to about 3 seconds, but yeah, I think that spin's cost Timmer slightly there. Without that spin, he might have been P7, but
yeah, I think so.
Let's see what Rich can do on those fresh tyres.
Bookie out of sight of DRS.
as we see, is Topple going to get a run. He got over the curb a bit too much.
Yeah, but it was also poor access from Stars over. He's getting a great launch, actually.
Yeah, he's got past, but obviously he's got his penalty there, which could...
Puts him now in 5th place, but who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe there's still 11 laps to go.
As yeah, I think... Or it's a penalty situation. So yeah, it's still only 3 seconds for Topple, 3 seconds for Motive Carrot, 6 seconds for Martinez, and 12 seconds for Rowe. As what's happened to Martinez? Not too sure why his timing's not updated. It's stuck at 1:07 off the leader, but the timing of the bugs slightly for some reason. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Topple's their next target is actually going to be Dano. He could still be. What tires? Where's the tyre button? There we go. It's not the same tyre awareness. No, tyre age.
Yeah, tyre age.
Tyre age, but yeah. Start actually. Topple got a really bad exit through the chicane.
Yeah. Stars can't make the overtake. They kept it for another lap.
And gap at the top, 1.4 seconds. So Kabuki's still not able to get over an DRS. But yeah, he's on 71%. I think he needs to start burning his battery now. Get into that DRS, pull him along, and try and put Crabber under some pressure.
Yeah. Try to force him into the mistake, maybe. I don't get why he isn't
gap's
pretty
up by
much.
10 for 2, yeah. As stars is still, as you see, Toto Wolff. That's Toto Wolff in the pit lane. He must have done his second stop. Median back onto the same set he started with, but yeah, he should easily get to the end now. He should still. No, he's really a bit too far back here. He's now been passed, now been lapped actually. Is that a lot of cars are lapped down now?
Yep.
But yeah, so I think the most likely chance of an overtake is this battle for Dano. I was about to say P Dano, but P4, P5, and P6 for Dano, the man top one, Stars Orphan.
Yeah, that's about the closest battle we have. Car going slow.
I think that's just one of that Martinez letting himself lapped. As you see a spin for, no, it wasn't Martinez. As Martinez and Kizzo Lad seem to have had a crash. Well, hopefully they get out of the way of these battling pack.
Yep. You did get a 5-second penalty. No.
Yeah, it's just a shame. I find sometimes that the 5 seconds on this game can be a bit sort of not correct, never giving it to the right driver, but I think it looks like everyone's going against yellow flags. For anyone? I'm not too sure why I see more yellow flags.
6 tenths for the top two.
Yeah.
Finally inside the DRS. Yes, and else.
And still, Kabuki hasn't used any of his ERS. He's
yeah,
still
no.
at 70%. I don't think he doesn't realise he doesn't get carried over to next week. He doesn't get 170% next week if he saves them up. He needs to do as much as possible, make the move. But yeah, and he now can see that the red flashing light on the back means Crabbo has less than 10%, so he'll know that at least, even if he's not watching the stream, he knows that Crabbo is down to less than 10%.
That's what he wants. He knows he's in a good position right now. He just needs to follow close in these corners as Crabbo makes some slight mistake.
A bit wide, yeah.
Yep.
I think it's going to be probably his first proper shot will be this time as a Motive Carrot picked up her second time penalty. But she's got plenty of gap behind her, for 15 seconds behind her, 15 seconds ahead of her. She should hopefully be set up for P10, assuming no late safety cars or dramas like that.
Yeah, exactly. Anything can still happen.
At least with that work quick to show about, yeah, Topple is still there, but with his penalty, even if he gets past, I think Dano, if he runs very wide, Dano will stay in that net more.
Yeah, for now.
As Kabuki hits on his button, he's on the button. He's not, he's gone back off it.
Yeah.
As you have a yellow, is that...
There's a wolf.
Is he going to go for the move? He's going to go for the move. No, he doesn't, he backs out of it. But he forces Crabbo deep. I think Kabuki's realising he's got enough ERS, he should have just sailed past. As Crabbo goes again, back below 10%, the flashing red light.
Yeah.
Warning Crabbo. Was that Kizzo? Yeah, I don't know whether he's actually purposely getting out of the way there, or actually he'd spun, but good job for not involving as we see it. So they cut back to Man Tobble, making a move almost on Dano, but he doesn't get it stuck. Tries for the inside line for turn 3, 4, 3. Well, got very close there. Side by side through turn 4. It's a yellow flag. I believe that was Martinez again.
Yep, it was.
And look, yeah, Tobble didn't get that move stuck.
It's having a bit of nightmare race.
Back to the leaders. Kabuki's dropped back slightly.
Still inside
Issue is now,
DRS.
there's a safety car. That's going to really affect Kabuki's chance of making a move. But yeah, he's dropped back this lap. He's not as close as he was last lap.
Yes, dropped down quite a bit.
There's yellow flag. Again, that's Martinez.
Yeah,
it looks like.
a lot.
Oh, it's a Kizzo maybe. It's not one of them having spun. We'll keep an eye out on this battle for now. I've realised Star's Orphan is still sticking there with Tobble. Because within the 3 seconds across the next few laps, he will pick up that P5. I know him and Tim have quite an intense battle for P3 in his standings,
Yes.
so they have quite a tight rivalry. So he always. Kabuki does well to avoid his teammate. He was off the line. Kabuki needs to be careful. He has to have a good final sector, otherwise he might risk losing DRS. He's on that borderline. He needs to maybe use down in the final straight to pull back into sort of a 6th or 7th, 10th gap. As Martinez again picks up another penalty. As Kizzo Lad's also pitted for the soft, I suspect that'll be for a fast lap time. Yeah, like I said.
Kabuki outside the DRS.
Out, yeah. I think he needs to try and burn the ERS, yeah, get back within it, which is what he's doing. Get in that 1 second. He's still got 5 laps to go. He's still got a good chance.
He has time, but he needs to stay within the DRS. Yeah, Martinez is retired in the pits.
As Kabuki, as they have to realise they have got the lapped car of Emotive or Toto. I'm not too sure. I believe that's Emotive Carrot.
Toto is hanging on to the DRS of first Jamie.
That might help him if he's trying to go for fast lap, maybe. But
certainly helping him go further ahead of his teammate.
Motive Cow did a good job of getting out of the way of the leaders, so well done to her. Yeah, I think Kabuki seems to have 1 or 2 laps using DRS, but I think he's dropped too far back now. Should do a quick warnings check for the top 2, just to see how many warnings they're on.
Captain's key.
Just in case.
Yeah, Kabuki. No, that's the first Jamie. Kabuki has 0 warnings, and Rebel also 0. And I think.
So yeah, so it looks like it's going to be 1 on track this race.
Yep, which is obviously what we want to see.
Yep, Star's Orphan is now in Tobble's dropped back from Dano. Stars did pick up DRS. Oh, he's back outside 1 second now, but was he have yellow flag?
Oh no.
Who was that?
Motive Carrot.
Oh, sorry, that's yeah. I thought that was a yellow flag for Kabuki there for a second.
Yeah,
But yeah, so it still looks like Stars off the P5 here, assuming he doesn't get any penalties. But yeah, Emotive Carrot spun again on those overheated tyres.
It's a shame. Outside of the points right now.
Yeah, she was having. That was close. She's on hot tyre, she spun, and everyone had to take avoiding action. Not really her fault. That's one of those things. But yeah, that's given Topple a run and put Stars off out of DRS. And no, Topple didn't get the move stuck, and again, Stars is sitting there picking up the points. As he's having McLaren has now spun. No, he hasn't. That's just so it's the same corner I was looking at.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a shame for Motive. She was running well, but yeah.
Yep, then.
She'll come back stronger next week, yeah. Is Toggle going to get a run? I'll give you some broadcast images of the main stream. Is he close enough? I don't think he's close enough, really.
No, Toggle can't overtake.
No. No, not close enough to make the move. And with just 3.5 laps to go, the gap at the front is 1.5 seconds. Is Tobble going to have a look into something? No, he's not. Yeah, Kabuki still has 30% more, 25% more ERS than Crabbo, but yeah, it's not.
Not much anymore.
Yeah, not going to pay off. I think like if it's a tyre where he's last 2 or 3 laps, Crabbo's had the outright pace, and Diverse Jamie's not actually managed to catch those mediums. He seems to have lost time in the last few laps. You see a spin? Who's that for? I'm sure I saw a spin from.
Could be Richie, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. A bit odd. I'm sure, definitely saw yellow flags.
Yeah.
I think it was that guy. I just want to see actually anyone low on fuel, because obviously no safety cars. They don't even risk it with under fueling though. They're all good so far for fuel.
It's a surprise.
Yeah, no red lights. Yeah, I think. When's the red light come on? Is it with 2 laps or is it 1 lap to go? Maybe it's with 1 lap. Maybe that's why none of them come on yet. But yeah, if we see any soon, that would be a warning sign that maybe they underfueled it. But yeah, Kabuki, 1.3 seconds. He's close in a few tenths. He had to burn some ERS to do that, and he's sort of only got about 10 or 15% more now. He's burnt up his ERS. He saved it up to make the move, but he had to end up burning it up to actually get into the DRS. And didn't really pay off.
Yeah, that's a shame. There were a few laps which he maybe could have made a pass. If he did burn them, you never know. Yeah, only 2 laps to go and still no DRS for Kabuki.
Yeah, did he? Yeah, he's obviously saved a bit up. He's in that 1 second gap, but yeah, it's not really enough to make the move. He's closed a few tenths. Whether Crabbo made a mistake through turn 1 and 2, he's closed it down a bit. Tobble's had a spin.
Oh no.
That might allow, or is he gonna?
Yeah, Richie's through.
Yeah, so that's. Yeah, Richie's through. Where's Timmer? Timmer's probably a bit too far back. Did Topple get damage? I don't believe so.
No, it's
Timmer's
isn't
only.
on.
Yeah, he's only got 9% back, so 9 seconds behind. So
Ben
see another
from
spin.
Pizzo.
Yeah, even though there's been a lot of spins, no crashes. They've done well. I don't think all 3 retirements have been in the pits, so to have no crashes on track.
No.
Good job from this tier. As Kabuki. This is probably going to be his last chance here, coming onto the final lap. He's 1.2 seconds behind, yeah, I think.
I think that's game over.
Yeah, and he's one
Yeah.
wide. Yes, I think he's trying to push as much as possible, which makes sense, but yeah.
It's for race winning.
Crabbo, yeah, sets the fastest lap at the last lap compared to.
With
one
low
extra point.
ERS.
Into the 20.8. Diverse Jamie, next fast lap on 20.9. Maybe some of those who just pit it for soft might nick it at the end, but
I'm not too sure. I think.
Some people have to bid it on themselves.
Yeah, I think it's actually. I don't know. I was wondering why the gap for stars was 2.5. It's because top was dropped behind, isn't it? But yeah, I think all the gaps are spread out now. There doesn't seem to be any chance of a last overtake.
No,
And the penalty is going to make any difference. No,
don't think so.
Tobble's got a plenty gap behind, yeah. So yeah, I think it's right on board with Crabbo for the final sector. I believe this might be his third or fourth week. He's had a few wins already this season. I believe it's win number 4 for him. He comes across the line, Crabbo comes across the line to win the F5 Spanish Grand Prix by about 2 seconds. Kabuki, which might be his best result in RSF1, picks up P2. And now I've got a long time to wait for P3. Is this Kabuki's best result? Yep, I believe this is only his second podium in RSF1 after Portugal, where he finished third. So the first Jamie on the Ultra strategy, coming across the line to finish P3, as we also had the Brit Grit across the line in P9, a lap down, and the Motive Carrot 2 laps down. Dano finishes P4 to finish it. Solid result for Ferrari there, double points. Starts off and picks up P5. Richie in P6. After having a few spins, a few instants, not the race he really wanted, but P7 for Tobble. Again, I think Timmer probably expected more than P8. But across the line he comes to P8, and I believe the last ones are row. So if you want to invite the top 3 into the party, ready for
P8 from Timmer isn't too bad, considering he started at the back.
That's a good point. Yeah, he probably could have got better. Yeah.
Let's see. Booking.
So I will run you through the results. Crabbo takes his 4th win of the season, and also picks up fastest lap, 26 points. Especially with Liam Fisher not racing this week, that's going to be a big chunk in the championship. I'm moving one step closer to the championship. Just 2 seconds behind, taking his best result in RSF1. Kabuki in P2. Diverse Jamie picking up P3 to pick up another solid podium. Dano in P4. Stars Orphan beating Timmer. I think we must close the gap down to just a few points between Stars Orphan and Timmer in P5. Richie Chappelle's first finish in RSF1 in P6. Rand Tobble finishing P7. Timmer in P8. DC80 Brit Grit for Hats in P9. A lap down with Toto Wolf, also a lap down in P10. And our non-scores of Row 215's debut P11. Emotive Carrot 2 laps down in P12. Kizzo Lad also 2 laps down in P12. With Martinez, Daystreak and Cryptic Spinners in P14, 15, 16, all DNFs. Have we got everyone in the party?
Only Jamie so far.
Okay. I will try and get in. Are there either of them other platforms? No, I'll try and get in Crabbo and Kabuki. I'm not too sure if they have mics. Okay, let's see if they join. While you wait, do you want to interview P3 for Jamie?
Alright.
Make sure to include your audio.
Jamie, if you include your audio,
Yeah.
you're really soft.
I am? Still?
No, it's better now. Right.
Okay.
Qualifying. How do you think that went?
Pretty good. It was all pretty close together. I think I could have gotten more out of it, but still happy with the result in the end.
Yeah. You had a good start, I believe. Any thoughts on the start?
The start, well, I keep starting with like 50-degree tires, so I was surprised I actually got away that good. I think Red Bull pushed that Richie Chepo guy, so I had to do some evasive maneuvers, but apart from that, start was nothing to come about it. It was just good.
Alright. Why did you have 50-degree tires? Were you disqualified? No.
No, it's been I've been having it for the past 3 races that I did. I keep like putting it on the line like purple, like perfect, but it still drops down to 50. So I think the game just doesn't like me.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
It
That's
recognizes I drive in a Ferrari, so it's just gonna,
instantly best strategy. Yeah, podium. Should be happy about it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Different strategy, but it worked out in the end.
It worked out, so that's nice.
Yes.
Next race. Monaco. Looking forward to it.
Yes and no.
Right.
I like the track. Can't wait for the carnage to happen.
There will be a lot of crashes.
Gonna call Binotto, tell him to order like 20 front wings.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always a fun track, but a bit boring, but it is what it is.
Yeah, qualifying is really important there. So.
Yep.
Any thoughts?
No, just going in with an open mind. I'll see what happens. I hope another podium, but
Would always be nice.
up to the Monaco gods. What's gonna happen?
It's the best podium to have.
Yeah, true.
Right, so I don't have anything
the
to
other
add.
2 aren't joining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
no.
said they couldn't make it on the stream, so. And Kabuki said he hasn't got a mic,
Yes, I think,
so you have to do it with me.
so I think we'll round it off there then. Yeah, so thank you for everyone who joined in. Thank you for Gold Samurai for joining me today. Well done, Dr. Burst Jamie. So yeah, if you want to see more RSF1 action, we have tomorrow night, 8 PM, the Division 3 race around Spain, where you'll see Timmer on the comms through possibly another mystery guest. We'll see who else is on co-comms with him. And if you want to see Division 5 in action again, you'll see him this time next week, 8 PM on Tuesday around Monaco. Join us then. Thank you so much. Goodbye.